Donald Trump will be a lifelong winner at whatever he does because of this one thing. It doesn't matter if the man's being indicted, it doesn't matter about election fraud, it doesn't matter if he's on the verge of bankruptcy. This one thing is why he will always be a winner. And anyone who competes at the highest level has it too. Think Kobe Bryant, think Elon Musk, think Serena Williams. They all have this one thing. And this one thing is the ability to handle pressure. I literally just say Donald Trump and it says verdict in Trump's New York fraud trial. On trial for fraud. Trump must pay $83.3 million, jury says. Trump has been indicted over 30 times. Trump is treasonous against the country that he loves. Trump has been indicted. Trump committed fraud. Trump is on the verge of bankruptcy. All of this going on while he's running for president. Could you imagine the amount of pressure? When you think of the amount of pressure it has to take on just to handle the presidency or run for the presidency. Meanwhile, you're on trial for this. You're being indicted because of that. Yet, you're still out there campaigning. Yet, you're still out there speaking in front of thousands, day in and day out, while you have businesses to run, you have kids, you have a family, you have a country you're campaigning for. Could you imagine how much pressure you have to be able to endure to keep going? Now, we can all learn from this. Why? You think of entrepreneurs. You have the pressure of keeping the doors open. You have the pressure of coming in and showing up day in and day out for your team, no matter what's going on. You could have had a family disaster, an emergency. You still have to show up for your team. Money still has to come in. Payroll still has to be paid. The amount of pressure it takes to be an entrepreneur, because not all of us have good days. It takes a lot. Only entrepreneurs who are able to handle pressure make it to the top. And Donald Trump is a prime example of that. You think of Elon Musk. He too has been, under investigation. He too has had to deal with an enormous amount of pressure from shareholders, but he keeps going. You think of athletes like Kobe Bryant, the amount of pressure to do the game-winning shot, the amount of pressure where the team is counting on you to come through day in and day out. People are paying to watch you play. You have to be able to handle that pressure day in and day out to make it to the top. Now bring it back to Trump. He was investigated, indicted, all of these things at one time. Yet, he still campaigned and fought for the nation. He's still doing that to this day. That's why he makes a great president. You need to be able to handle pressure if you're going up and you're negotiating or you're going up against the president of China, Russia, Iran, all of these nations that, let's say, don't have America's best interests at heart. You have to be able to handle that pressure. Meanwhile, you have chaos in the streets of America. You have infighting amongst the states. You have different political parties infighting. You have an economic decline. All of these things happening. You have to be poised. You have to lead from the front, no matter what's going on. And that's what it takes to compete at the highest level. And that's why Donald Trump, no matter what is thrown his way, he will succeed. We can all take note of that if you want to compete at the highest level, you have to be able to handle pressure. I always say pressure is a privilege because it can be, exhausting, or it can be nerve-wracking to handle pressure, especially as you move up and you have more responsibility. However, pressure, if you have the ability to handle a lot of it and to navigate it, still show up with a smile on your face, still show up for your people, still lead from the front, and never break under pressure, you will be able to compete at the highest level. Specifically, Donald Trump is a great example of this. Entrepreneurs from across the globe are a great example of this, because I don't know if anyone endures more pressure than, of course, presidents and the President of the United States, but entrepreneurs day in and day out. And if you're an entrepreneur who handles a lot of pressure, looking to grow, scale your business, I am a business coach and manager at Bet David Consulting with Patrick Bet David. Would love to learn more about you and your business, see if we can provide any more value, because we thrive under pressure and we work with entrepreneurs that also thrive under pressure and want to grow, want to scale, and want to make an impact. So appreciate you joining me today, and make America great again.